Hi everybody, welcome to Dead Serious Investigations. I'm your host and lead investigator, Duran Conrad. I'm here to tell you today about the millimeter. I'm here to demonstrate. So let's do so. I'm going to bring this over to you right here, hands-free on my tripod. So one good thing that I like about this is that you can mount it to tripods. Awesome. So this particular millimeter is actually a little bit more higher price series. It's $100 difference from the other one. The other one does not do, it doesn't have a REM pod built into it. This one is basically EMF detector, a REM pod, and temperature spike detector. So, and with the temperature spike detector, how that works is you need this thing right here. Depending on where you buy it from, it may come with it or it might come separate. I do have one spare extra in case if this does get damaged in the future. So you want to put that right in there. It's like these two little slits for it. So you just put that in that little socket right there. And yeah, that's your little temperature antenna right there. You got your regular antenna right here to detect your EMF reads. So anyways, let's get this thing powered on, okay? So you hold the power button down for 5 seconds to get this thing on. It's got a cool little backlight right there, red backlight. You could turn that on or off depending on if you're investigating in the dark or there's light, sunlight. So you could turn that off, spare your battery a little bit of stress, you know. So turn that back on for display use. So now, right now we got it on milligauss mode, right? You see that the MG that's on there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that to where you could see that. Right here, it'll say MG, and you got the Fahrenheit right here, the F. That's your temperature right there. You could also switch those around a little bit, and I'm going to show you that too. So here, let me take this off here for a moment so I could show you a little bit up close. All the buttons right here. You got power, record. You could record your spikes. You could temporarily hold your spikes for it to show you. You can change the unit, which would be the unit micro Tesla spikes versus milligauss spikes. So you could switch off and on from that. Your range, just like REM pods, wider spread detection. That's what you could do with this. Faster detection, your fast button. You hold that down and you could get faster detections. So it's going to remove your temperature spikes. So you won't be able to get temperature spikes, but you're going to get faster EMF detection spikes, more accurate spikes. So like when something's there with you, you're going to feel that and see it at the same time, whether if you feel it or not. So anyways, and don't be alarmed. Sometimes people will see like, oh, I got a spike, but because they're moving this thing around a lot, if you shake it a little bit, look at that. See, I got a little bit of spike there. You don't really want to move that around a lot. You kind of want to be steady with this, or you're gonna kind of get false responses. So that's another important thing. So now you also have a setting mode. You want to hold that down for settings. Here, let me bring it up close. I don't know why I did that. Hold it down for like a couple seconds, and then it brings up the settings menu. And with that, you could change. Use that button down. You could turn the temperature display off or on right there. You could also change. You could get out of it by pressing escape. You could also change your temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So those are other options you have on there in your settings. Oh, and I want to show you the REM pod setting. That's pretty awesome. So here, let me turn this off real quick, and I'm gonna unscrew this mount right here, and this one It's kind of being a little tedious for me right now. Just a moment. Okay, so there's the mount hole right here. You got your little ramp, or I guess you would say your little prop. You could prop it somewhere without, being on a tripod. So if you want to set it somewhere, like say you want to set it on the shelf up here, just anywhere, just hands free, you could do that. So anyways, you got your ambient temperature deviation detection right here button. So you're going to want to activate that in order to get some temperature spikes showing on this LED light. So when you get those temperature spikes, this LED light is going to let you know that there's a temperature fluctuation, rapid fluctuation. This one right here, you press for the REM setting, so that way you could set this as a REM pod as well. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you right now. So let's get that going. We'll get ATDD going, and the REM. I think this might go a little nuts, so bear with me. And also, this particular tripod I have two of the same tripod. For some reason, this one is a little bit more tedious than the other one, but I kind of like a challenge. Why not? As long as it just screws in there, I don't care. Okay, yeah, let's try this way. By the way, that was not a spike, that was caused from my movement. And the reason why I want to do this hands-free so that way I could set this to the multiple different sensitivity levels that this has. Okay, so we're locked in, okay? And as you could tell, it still was able to detect stuff even with the power off. So that's only on REM settings it's able to do that. So you got these side buttons right here. So there is a button that says REM 0, which would be your baseline button, so you'd want to hit that to baseline it. REM range right here, change your range fluctuation on the distance of your detections of stuff that's breaking the electromagnetic field. And your temperature 0 to baseline the temperature, because this thing will go nuts when temperature starts fluctuating a lot rapidly. Also, especially if it's just baselining to the temperature of the room. Sometimes it does that as a test. So let's get the range going, okay? Because right now you got to be really close to this, okay? Well, it's I got temperature fluctuation, most likely from my hand. So you got all these levels of sensitivity. Many levels, okay? So you could set this just like a REM pod. Just set it and forget it, and set a camera facing it and document your finds on the device. This thing, I'm telling you, it's a little pricey as far as the EMF, but with the multi-functions that it's a REM pod, temperature spike detector, you could record your spikes on it, so it'll lock the information in for you, so that way you could take your camera and look at the spike that I just got. You know what I mean? So this is very important. I recommend taking to a lockdown or investigation. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna shut this down first off by baselining it so it doesn't go insane in my hands. And as you can tell, I did set lunar pot over there on the shelf just to see if maybe something may want to make a presence here during the demonstration. You just never know. You know what I mean? So, regardless, this is the REM pod, or, well, it is a REM pod, but the Mel meter REM pod temperature spike detector. This is just a great multi-use device to bring on your investigations. And yeah, so going through a little bit of complications right now for the documentary, but that doesn't mean that the documentary isn't happening. It's just a little bit delayed, okay? Everything's gonna be still following up. I'm still following up with everything really good with the crew. Tomorrow we're going through a lot of the stuff that we're gonna have planned. I'm getting everybody hands-on. Anybody that doesn't understand any of the new devices that we have, getting everybody exceeded on it and get on these plans on locations and filming, and we'll get into it. All right, so that is it for the night, and I'll see you next time. Surprise you with a video whenever. I might do one tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. So have a good night. Happy nightmares, everybody. All right, later.